This video, I feel, is for somebody out there. Many somebodies, including myself. Okay, so I've been thinking about just like how I've really been alchemizing a bunch of stuff. Like I always thought that I had to like alchemize from negative to positive things in order to become like balanced, and you don't have to do that. Like, I just got this epiphany from listening to somebody else kind of mention the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have to like alchemize only from like negative aspects of my life, or like negative things of negative, like, well, I don't even say negative, but just emotions that don't make me feel good, that don't feel good. I can alchemize, and you can alchemize from positive emotions like peace, like getting into a peaceful state, however you do that, like by meditating or whatever. But and I've just been doing that lately, and things haven't been getting to me as much lately too, because I'm changing my perspective on how I see people, like people that are, wanting to cause drama in my life, or trying to trigger me, in my emotional state. Like, so people who've always done that in the past, and I let them. But now I'm realizing I don't have to let them. I can change my perspective of how I even see this person. I can try to see them in the best light, because what happens is when we start changing, I think Wayne Dyer said this, something like, when you change how you look at things, those things change. So that's true, because like, I know with things that I teach on my YouTube channel about the law of assumption, with everybody as you pushed out, basically they're just a reflection. They're a reflection of you, and they're also a reflection of what you believe about them. So they're going to reflect to you back, mostly about what you believe about yourself, or what you believe about them, or both. So yeah, like, if I start looking at the person who is giving me a hard time differently, a lot of times I've noticed them really changing. It might take a while, but sometimes it's immediate. It's like, whoa, that was cool. And you can like just start just changing your thoughts about yourself, because everything outside of yourself is just a mirror reflection of what's happening on your inner world, of your inner self anyways. So really, change always starts within. Like the Kabbalion even talks about all is mind. Thoughts turn into things, right? So the same thing, like with what you think about yourself, then you're going to attract, like, whatever you think about yourself, that's what you're going to attract into your life, whether it's through a person or a circumstance, or anything, So I just wanted to encourage somebody that maybe listen to this might be kind of understanding what I'm saying, that you really don't have to try to always like start out with, like, not with everything, but like some things you might need shadow work, but you don't always have to do shadow work in order to get to the place where you're wanting to be, like emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. You can just tap into the vibration, the emotion of peace, and you can literally like transform yourself into being more of a peaceful person. And also what helps too with that is definitely releasing those things in your life that are no longer good for you, that are no longer really serving a purpose in your life, that are just dragging you down and holding you back from what you want to do with your life, or what you feel to be your purpose in life, or just having fun, or coming from a place of like, I was thinking like I could start alchemizing from a place of like joy and having fun, and then maintain that by just keeping my thoughts on joyous things that bring me joy, and then do the things that bring me joy, or just focus on doing one thing that brings me joy. And when you do that, you get into what I call a flow state. You get tuned and aligned with your higher self. And when that happens, you can get into a state of flow where your ego gets out of the way and your spirit is, so kind of like, I'd say, kind of driving the car here of your mind. and that's better, because then you're having the thoughts of your higher self instead of your lower self, which is ego, right? So you want to have thoughts that are bringing you a higher vibration in your life, higher vibrational feelings, in your life, and it works. And so I just want to encourage somebody with this. I hope it encourages you, whoever's watching this. Leave me a comment if it does. And yeah, just as a little tidbit I just wanted to share with you guys. And I've done like tons of shadow work, and sometimes it actually made things worse for me. It made me feel worse, and I went into a deep depression. So you got to be careful even in the way you do shadow work, and really research it and see what suits you best if you're going to do shadow work, and like how you want to do it. You don't have to do it exactly the way that everybody else does it. I figured out a way on how to do it for myself. And some of it, like I said, is coming from higher vibrational feelings and emotions. By just tapping into it and tapping into like things that used to make you happy and joyful and feel happy as a child. Like a lot of those things that I stopped doing as a child, I'm starting to do again, like singing and dancing and, just, using my imagination to create my reality and stuff. And it's like all these things that I just, I don't know, stopped doing as a kid. I'm doing them again, and it's making me feel like my true self again. My inner child, I'm letting that come out, and that inner child is really in alignment with my higher self, and always was, because when you're how you are when you're young, you really don't have as much analytical negative thoughts about yourself or other people. You're just kind of like, you go with the flow, and you just have fun being a kid, if you can, unless you had a rough upbringing. Like I did have kind of a rough upbringing in some ways, but like I did get to play with friends sometimes. I didn't get to do like a lot of things I wanted to do, but I did get to do some things I wanted to do. So it's not like my childhood was like where I didn't get to play. So now I'm kind of getting into this place where it's like, cool, I can be a kid again. I can be playful. It's fun. So be playful, have fun if you need to, and get into that place in your heart and mind where you do what you know brings you joy. Even if it's something that brings you joy now, and you've developed something throughout your life as an adult that brings you joy, do that. But if you want to try something that you used to do as a kid that brings you joy, and you kind of like tap back into that inner child and start doing those things, I'm telling you what, it's quite freeing and fun. Anyways, I love you guys. I love all of you so much. And thank you for watching, and talk to you later. And yeah, big hugs. I wish I could hug all of you. Right, bye.